Hello! Today I am very spontaneously going book shopping. I had planned to film a completely different video today, and then I was like, you know what? I want to go book shopping. So we're going book shopping, and it's not just any normal book shopping video. I'm going to be buying books solely based on their cover. I did this once before and it was really fun, and I feel like it allowed me to get books that I may not normally get, reach out of my comfort zone, and yeah, I will not know anything about the book before buying it except what the cover looks like. I'm not going to read the summary, I'm not going to look the book up, I'm not going to buy a book that I've ever heard of before or know anything about. So we will be putting to the test, can you judge a book by its cover? I think my favorite book that I bought last time was A Touch of Darkness. It has a gorgeous cover and I ended up falling in love with that series and the characters and the whole world. So I'm hoping I get lucky again today and find some books that I'm really gonna love. And if you want to get some new books without leaving the comfort of your home, then I would highly recommend checking out Book of the Month, who is also the sponsor of today's video. Let me show you guys the books that I got this month. The first book is Adelaide, and this book is about 26-year-old Adelaide, and I love this last sentence. It says that this book explores grief and mental health while capturing the timeless nature of what it's like to be young and in love with your friends, with your city, with a person who cannot and will not love you back. And then secondly, I got this romance, Anna Maria and the Fox, and it says this is about a forbidden love between a Mexican heiress and a shrewd British politician, making for a tantalizing Victorian season, which sounds so fun. And if you're unfamiliar with Book of the Month, they are a super popular online book service for readers. Their mission is to promote new and emerging authors, which I love. Their team vets hundreds of books every single month and then it gives their readers a choice from a curated selection, so you can spend more time reading and less time choosing what you're going to read next. And Book of the Month is completely risk-free. You can skip any time, any month, and you will not be charged. Plus, they have the best price for new release hardcovers. You can get your first book for just $9.99 with my code SPRING, which is crazy. Like $9.99 for a book in general is such a good price, but it's especially a hardcover, insane. All right, let's go into Barnes & Noble and judge some books by their covers. They had a table of children's books like The Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, books like that, and the covers were so cool. Like, obviously I'm not gonna get a kid's book, but like, look how cool these are. Then I headed to the mythology table, and this table just always has the coolest covers. I like Greek mythology, but I feel like I'm not so into it that I would just like blindly get a Greek mythology book. You always gotta check out the book talk table. I know most of these books, so I can't get them, but I wasn't super impressed by many of these covers. Here are a few that I did like from the book talk table: Divine Rivals and All of Us Villains. Then just like some general fiction books I saw that caught my eye on the way to the romance section. Romance is a tricky one because most of them are like those cutesy animated covers, so I feel like they're not that cool, but here is one that I thought was really cute, and I also liked these two kind of witchy romance books. They also had a section I'd never seen before on books about books, which is just so cute that they dedicated a whole section to that. I almost got this book. I love the colors. Also, this one is very fun with all the books. Then Mysteries and Thrillers. Not a cool cover, but a cool title. The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Now for young adult, there were so many good young adult books. There were so many fantasy young adult series that I know, so I can't buy, but they have just such gorgeous covers. I wanted to get them all. Also the Twisted Tales series, which I am familiar with, so I'm not going to buy, but look at these covers. They are all fairy tale retellings. I just got a Barnes & Noble and I bought a lot of books, like over $80 worth of books. I bought 5 books. And I got a Barnes & Noble bag. I've never gotten a Barnes bag before. Also, like I said, I'm just buying these all based on their cover, so I know nothing about them. And when I was checking out, the girl checking me out said that one of the authors of one of the books I got is really good. So I'm hoping I at least got one good pick in there. But yeah, I try to get a variety of books, like from the romance section, mystery, fantasy, young adult, stuff like that. So we should have a good variety. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to my apartment and then we will start looking at all these books. Also, I feel like I was in Barnes for like 2 hours. I actually think I was. I was filming a bunch of TikToks in there, and a lot of them I had to be like singing to words in public in the Barnes & Noble, you know, and it was so embarrassing. So I was like waiting till aisles cleared, and so I was just like sometimes just like standing there being like, move people, for like 20 minutes. So follow me on TikTok because it was really embarrassing to make all these, and it took me 10 million years for some reason. let's see what these books are about. Just gonna pick one randomly to start with. Okay, this one was the one I was like kind of most iffy on picking. It's called Promises and Pomegranates, and it's basically just like a giant pomegranate with like seeds. So I was like, is that cool or not? I don't know, but I think it's cool, and it's also very dark, and I just finished reading the Mindfuck series, which is a very dark romance, and so I was just like in a dark romance mood. Hello, cat. And this was in the romance section, so I am hoping that it is a dark romance because it is like literally dark. Let's read the summary. Elena's POV. To most, Cal Anderson is a villain. I feel like we're off to a good start already. Harbinger of death, keeper of souls, frequenter of nightmares. Oh wow, is that in like a literal sense? Like, is this kind of a fantasy romance? Or is it like he is the metaphorical nightmare soulkeeper man? Dr. Death, Hades incarnate. They say he stole me, usurped my fiance, and filled the cracks in my heart with empty promises, imprinted his crimson fingerprints on my psyche, and tried to set me free. They're not wrong per se, except it was my choice to stay. Interesting. And then we have a little snippet from his POV, from Cal's POV. To most, Elena is an innocent goddess of springtime, lover of poetry, angel of my nightmares. Little one, Persephone personified. They say I ruined her, shattered her virtue, and devoured her soul like a succulent pomegranate. Embedded my evil as deep as I could possibly get and tried to set her free. They're not wrong per se, except it was she who ruined me. Ooh, okay. So she's not so innocent, it sounds like. I think it's funny that this is like referencing the Hades and Persephone romance, and the last time I did judging books by their covers, I bought a Hades Persephone romance. Let's see what this book is rated on Goodreads. 3.54 stars, not great. Not the worst either. Okay, that's a little bit of a disappointment. Let's see what some of the reviews say. Okay, someone says it has no plot and it's all smut. You know, that's not the worst thing in the world, but a plot is nice. Okay, this says it is a good, dark, spicy mafia story, which I feel like something I would like. But then there's a lot of like 1-2 star reviews saying it's just not good, boring, they DNF'd it. I will see what I think of it. All right, next up, picking one. The Word is Murder. Okay, I also love this cover. I love like very like minimal mystery thriller covers. I think they're so cool. And Anthony Horowitz, who I've never read a book by him before, but he had a bunch of books that are in this style that I just loved all of the covers. So I was like, I have to get one by him. Also, the title is cool too. The Word is Murder. So I hope the summary lives up to the cover. A woman crosses a London street. It is just after 11 a.m. on a bright spring morning, and she is going into a funeral parlor to plan her own service. What? 6 hours later, the woman is dead, strangled with a crimson curtain cord in her own home. Enter disgraced police detective David Hawthorne. And Hawthorne has a partner, the celebrated novelist Anthony Horowitz. Did he really just put himself into the book? That's kind of iconic, honestly. As impatient and annoying as Hawthorne can be, Horowitz, a seasoned... Sorry, I just can't get over the fact that he put himself in this book. Like, is the character the same as him as a person? Like, the same personality and stuff? Like, is that narcissistic or epic? Like, I just don't know. Okay, anyway. As the case unfolds, Horowitz realizes that he's at the center of a story he can't control, and his brilliant partner may be hiding dark and mysterious secrets of his own. Let's see what this book is rated on Goodreads. 3.93 stars, pretty good. Also, it says it is the first book in a series. Hawthorne and Horowitz Investigate series. So he literally has a whole series where he is a character in the series. Okay, this person said that they like that the author is the main character in the mystery. It's so meta. This person said the author is brilliant and he handled inserting himself into the story so well. It's a crazy mix of mystery, memoir, essay on how to write, how a TV show is created, all rolled into one. Okay, a lot of good reviews and good feedback. This should be cool. I'm just like so intrigued by the plot and the fact that the author is a character. All right, book number 3. Going Dark. I got this book from the young adult section, and I think the cover is so cool about like she has no face, but then in her phone is the face. It's giving me very much like Black Mirror. I feel like it could be kind of a book about how social media is ruining our lives, or like our phones are ruining us. I don't know. Ooh, it looks like we've got a bunch of different characters. It says The Influencer. Amelia Ashley shares everything with her followers. Her favorite hole-in-the-wall restaurants, her best fashion chips, and her European trip of a lifetime with her hot boyfriend. the boyfriend. Josh has no choice but to return home without Amelia after she abandons him in Rome. Oh my gosh. He has no clue where she went or how her blood got on his suitcase. Why won't anyone believe him? The hacker. To Harper Delgado, Amelia Ashley is just another missing white girl whipping up a media frenzy. But with each digital knot she untangles about the influencer, Harper wonders, who is Amelia Ashley? The other girl. 2 years ago, another girl went missing who had never made headlines or had a trending hashtag. The truth. Amelia's disappearance has captured the world's attention. What comes next? And the tagline is, if you die online, do you die for real? Okay, interesting. So I assume this other girl who disappeared 2 years ago is potentially connected to Amelia's disappearance. And I wonder if it's going to be kind of a commentary on how, because Amelia is like a famous influencer, her case is going to get a lot of press, but other people who disappear may not get any press. I also wonder if we're going to get all of these characters, the influencer, the boyfriend, the hacker, and the other girl's POV, because I feel like that would be really cool. And this book has 3.88 stars on Goodreads, so again, not bad. And only 524 ratings. Okay, so not like a super popular book. That's kind of cool. This person said the suspense is engaging and the plot is captivating, but they didn't love the influencer content creator storyline. Ooh, this person said all of the main characters are morally gray. I love that. I feel like that makes books so much more interesting. Okay, book number 4. So initially the sequel of this book caught my eye, and then I realized it was the sequel, and I was like, okay, hopefully the first book in the series also has an equally cool cover, and it does. It is The Prison Healer by Lynette Nani. And I love the colors. It's simple, but like very captivating. And this was also in the young adult section. Based on the cover, I'm assuming it's gonna be a fantasy. That's my guess, but let's read the summary and find out. 17-year-old Kiva has spent the last 10 years fighting for survival in the notorious death prison, working as the prison healer. When the rebel queen is captured, Kiva is charged with keeping the terminally ill woman alive long enough for her to undergo the trial by ordeal, a series of elemental challenges against the torments of air, fire, water, and earth, assigned to only the most dangerous of criminals. Then, a coded message from Kiva's family arrives, containing a single order: don't let her die. We are coming. Aware that the trials will kill the sickly queen, Kiva risks her own life and volunteers in her place. Wait, what? She's gonna take the queen's place in the trials? Is that even allowed? If she succeeds, both she and the queen will be granted their freedom, but no one has ever survived. Oh wow, that is some high stakes. With an incurable plague sweeping the prison, a mysterious new inmate fighting for Kiva's heart, oh, okay, we got a little romance subplot, and a prison rebellion brewing, Kiva can't escape the terrible feeling that her trials have only just begun. Okay, that actually sounds really good. I don't know if I've ever read a book that like predominantly takes place in a prison, and especially having this like fantasy world, it sounds like with a prison, I feel like we're hopefully gonna have like some quirky, interesting side characters who are prison inmates, and an inmate fighting for Kiva's heart. Like again, I'm thinking we have some morally great characters. Plus these trials, I feel like Kiva has got to be like a strong lead female character to like go through all these trials, to deal with inmates on a regular basis. And this book is rated 4.27 stars. That is so high. Okay, that makes me so excited. Someone said this book is worth the hype it gets. Bro, the ending went crazy. The author is so amazing with the pacing. Like so many good reviews. That makes me so excited. And the last book, I kind of cheated in getting this book because I do know this author. I've read books by this author before, and I know I said I was gonna buy books that I didn't know anything about, and I actually don't know anything about this book. I do know that I love this author, but the cover was just so stunning. I couldn't not get it. And it is Throne of Glass, which I know is popular, but I swear I know like zero about the summary. But just let's take a second to appreciate this cover. And they had the whole series out on a table, and all of the books in the series had such stunning colors and covers. If you don't know, Sarah J Maas wrote the very popular ACOTAR series, which I love so much, like top 3 series I've ever read in my life. So I'm really excited to be reading another book by her. Okay, let's read the summary. In a land without magic, an assassin is summoned to the castle. She has no love for the vicious king who rules from his throne of glass, but she has not come to kill him. She has come to win her freedom. If she defeats 23 murderers, thieves, and warriors in a competition, she will be released from prison to serve as the king's champion. Wait, what? Okay, she has to defeat 23 murderers, thieves, and warriors, which sounds, it's so incredibly hard. And her reward is serving as the king's champion. Like, she doesn't even get to be like a fully free person. She still has to serve the king. That kind of sucks. The crown prince will provoke her, the captain of the guard will protect her, and a princess from a faraway country will befriend her. But something rotten dwells in the castle, and it's there to kill. When her competitors start dying mysteriously, one by one, Selena's fight for freedom becomes a fight for survival, and a desperate quest to root out the evil before it destroys her world. Interesting. Okay, so her competitors are mysteriously dying one by one, so does that count as part of the 23 people she has to defeat, or will she have to find like more people to defeat since they're mysteriously dying? Again, another strong female character, and I bet this book is gonna be so highly rated. 4.19 stars and 1 million ratings. That's crazy. I didn't realize the series is that popular. Wow. Someone said they're actually speechless. What a roller coaster of emotions. Beautiful friendships in this book. Wow, okay, incredible. Sarah J. Maas, I will be reading another book by you. Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing all the books I got are dark books. I think I'm just like really in a dark book mood, whether that's like fantasy, romance, whatever. Like I'm ready for some morally great characters, some fight scenes, maybe some good villains, I don't know. And it was clearly reflected in the books I got. But yeah, let me know if you guys have read any of these books. Which one should I read first? I think I'm most excited, honestly, for The Prison Healer. I feel like this one sounds really cool. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.